Okay, you guys, this is day 10. And I just have to tell you, I'm going to be drinking my coffee on this one. This one is a doozy. This one, this is like, I would never have believed that this would have happened. First of all, it's already evening. I always say good morning, right? Because it's morning when I usually do these. And I have my time, I have my day sort of, not mapped out, but you just get a feel, and usually this is what, today was not that. And it started in the middle of the night last night, crazy. Like it doesn't matter. I wake up, go back to sleep. It's no big deal. That was not unusual for me. However, when I woke up, I had every intention of just staying up and okay, I'll record early. Never know what I'm going to say. I don't know what the point, like free fall, right? So I intended to just keep going, make my coffee, get ready for the day. And oh no. And this started the unexpected events of the day. Yesterday I said, it's not what we do, right? Less is more. You do less for more, right? Slow down. It's who we are. It's not what we do for things to come through. So I knew I would be slowing down. I knew I'd be spending more time meditating. I didn't expect it to be in the early morning. Like I just got up and it wasn't time. And I could barely, those of you who know me, whenever energies are happening and things, my eyes are affected like right away. And I could barely get them open. And I was fine when I first got up, but let me start getting ready for the day to record. And that's when it started with the eyes. And I thought, okay, this isn't just a fluke. I'm paying attention. And so I made coffee, and thank goodness it's a travel mug, so it stays hot. And I went back to bed. I thought, I'm not going to argue the point. I'm not going to take it up with God and say, don't you know, this is my day. This is, Saturday. No, I'm not. No. So I went back to bed and I fell back asleep. I have to tell you, it was not just a little nap. It was over 3 hours. I was out cold. I was so sound asleep. So then I thought, okay, there, getting up. So got up, tried to get, my bearings, trying to get open. I never knew what I was going to be talking about. I didn't know. And so I just started puttering and organizing and doing daily, what you do on a Saturday. And um, I have little fur babies that are crawling around. Anyway, um, I went to start making plans and making arrangements, like getting the computer ready, getting the lighting set. No, the eyes started doing it again. This is the second time. And I just gotten up from a 3+ hour quote nap, right? And I thought, okay, like it doesn't matter. Now it was like, I don't know, 3:30ish on Saturday. I thought, I still have another 8 hours or so because I'm going to stay in integrity. That the option of not recording a day didn't even like, no, that's not even there. So I knew I was going to, I just didn't know when or what I was going to again. And so I thought, okay, I thought, God, this is your deal. So if it still isn't time and I need to lay back down, and then it hit me. I thought, this isn't all about me, even though it is, right? That's finding that sweet spot where it's not all me and it is, right? There's that push me, pull you. I thought maybe their timing has to happen. Like maybe somebody is going to call, or that something is going to happen that I'm going to need to. That's going to be the focus of this recording. Anyway, I was trying to understand it in my head, and I gave it up. And so I just laid back down and thought, okay. And I was really surprised. I went back to sleep again. And I got to tell you, I wasn't tired before I laid down any of these times. From the time I woke up in the middle of the night, I wasn't tired when I woke up. Anyway, so then it happened. And this is so interesting because, and I'm going to let you connect the dots for yourself. Because I'm still, in remembering what happened, I'm still putting it together in my own dots, right? And I'm going to voice what came through for me. It was a memory of an event that happened the summer, late spring. I left Colorado Springs with Ryan in 1996. Like it was around April or May, somewhere in there. My dad was living in Yuma, he and his wife, and he had ALS. And I had just found out how much what decline had happened. And those of you that heard my story before, I talked about this. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. Anyway, Wanda was just this tiny little pygmy of a sweetheart. She was barely 5 feet tall. My dad's 6'7", and it was like, oh my gosh. And he was declining with ALS so much, she was having to feed him, bathe him, dress him. She was doing it all. And he was very proud. And when I talked to him on the phone, he was always speaking words of faith. He's well, he's strong, right? Kind of in the same situation we're in now, where we're careful what our words say because they create. And on this here and now dimension, sometimes there's a disconnect. Like what we're creating hasn't fully manifested on this dimension. Anyway, some people, and especially back then, had real issues with that. Like, at what point are you just not telling the truth? Because on this dimension, it does not look like you're doing fine and well and strong. Anyway, so this was April or May. We were living in Colorado Springs. I put everything in storage and loaded Ryan up, and we went to Yuma to stay with Dad and Wanda and help them, because clearly, I didn't help bathe him, but I helped with food, and I helped with cleaning, and I helped with just support, and so that she wasn't by herself with Dad, and just, it was a lot of work, and she took such good care. Anyway, before we left, I knew this road trip was going to be a thing, right? And this was 1996. There was a little toy that came out, and back then I was looking for car toys, car stuff that would hold Ryan's attention so that I'd be able to make good time driving, right? So there was a little toy, and I think it was called like Yak Back or some kind of where you talk into this recording like a little camcorder, sort of, only it wasn't a camera, it was just audio. You talk into it, and then you could play it back at distorted speed, so it could rev way up so it would sound like chipmunks. And then, or slow, right? So it would slow way, way, way down and sound all deformed. Anyway, I mean, he spent so much time with that. We had fun. And the very, very first, when I showed him how to do it, I tucked into this little toy. And I'm looking at him in the rearview mirror. I'm in the driver's seat. And because I was showing him how to do it. And I go, I see you and I love you. Right? And it recorded. So then I handed him the yak back. He takes it, whatever. The rest of it is not, I don't care about that part of the story. What does matter is that we lost the toy somewhere. I don't know if it was in a rest area. I don't know if it was when we got out of the car to get gas. I don't know. Don't know. It was just like it went in the abyss of between the seats and it was gone. And and it was so sad. I thought, oh shoot, because that really helped. It really filled time and it was fun and it was, creative. Anyway, so then as you do, you forget all about it. And if I remembered every lost toy that I had with Ryan, you can believe it was gone. Like many other things took the place of that memory. So Dad passed on Father's Day. It was the day after Father's Day. So June, I don't have the dates right in front of me for that year. Um, Monday after, it was like, I don't know, 16th, 17th of June. And we were there in May. So we had been there, like a full month helping. And we had a big family reunion. Anyway, we were significantly grieving. Like we all processed it in our own way based on the relationship we had with Dad. I was very close to him, and it's still, when I think of it, it still is not an easy. Anyway, um, we went back to Colorado Springs and loaded up and got things out of storage. And that's when we made our adventure to Oregon so that Ryan could be near his cousins. Anyway, in the time period after Dad passed and before we got to Oregon, we found the yak back. Miraculously just showed up. And this is what my memory in my dream, this event came through today, was me finding this yak back. And I'll never forget it. I didn't need a dream to remind me, although I wouldn't have thought of it for right now, this moment. When I found it, Ryan was with me. I don't remember what we were doing. And it was like, look, we found it. And so we played the last message that was on there. Just normal, no distortion, no slow down, no sped up. Just hit play. And the voice that came through that recording was the voice of my dad. If I didn't know that I had recorded that, I see you and I love you. If I didn't know that I'd recorded that, I would swear that my dad recorded it. And this was 1996. That time, I can't even tell you how many versions of me different are now than then, right? And my awareness then, it was so different than it is now. So many things are different, but I have to tell you, the frequency in that little toy and the voice, the message that came through was absolutely unmistakable. And I went through time periods where I would think, oh, it's cell memory. It's, of course I've got my dad in me, just like God is in me, right? And I thought, tonight, I've had many versions of interpretation of that event over the years. Tonight, when that memory hit and I woke up with it so vivid, like it would just happened. Now, and I'm not going to tell you I've got it figured out. I know exactly because there's several thoughts that came through me as I'm thinking on that event. Because where I have just owned my voice, I have just, since being with all y'all recording this, there is something in my voice. And I have done whatever I could do. I've known my calling and my purpose has been expanding. It's been growing, whatever. And I thought it took money to increase reach. I thought it took algorithm. I thought it took all this external stuff in order to get your message out to a broader base audience, right? And I'm sensing more and more and more. It has nothing to do with this part of my understanding, has nothing to do with cell memory, has nothing to do, it may have to do with activating dormant codes. It may have to do because it's definite timing. Timing is at play. I just stepped into using my own voice so that God could speak through me, right? So at that time, was my voice being used so that my dad's voice could speak to me after he wasn't here on this dimension any longer? I'm just throwing it out there. Those of you that have a theory, those of you that feel something, because again, I'm so new with this and I'm creating my 2026 and it's using a launch pad of 2025 and before, right? Because we've got our foundation that we're we're using as a jump, a launching. Yeah. Anyway, this just to me was like, oh my gosh. So moving forward, this is going to be when I speak, when my voice is used, it will be used as a conduit so that truth, I won't always be, I don't know. Right now I am that because this is so new and I'm with all y'all. And it's going to get clearer. There I will be able to sense more of a purpose for that dream for this now moment and moving forward. And it's, to me, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. It also, I mean, and now I just had a flash. It's like those of you with little ones, like things that they watch on TV, things that the different hertz, the different frequency numbers that go with music, that go with, pay attention to what they're listening to because different frequency can create different, just like chipmunk versus distortion and or chipmunk, right? It can go either way. So frequency altering can affect not from a place of fear, but I'm saying pay attention and listen because your little ones may already be onto this. They already might be getting messages on what they're listening to that maybe could be for you if you opened up to the possibility. I don't know. I knew without a doubt that Ryan came to teach me many, 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 many things. And I'm still learning from him as an adult. It didn't stop with him being little. I confronted, I faced things about myself. That's how I knew I am the one. I'm the one to stop a lot of the stuff that was in my gene pool, it stopped with me. Anyway, that don't need to go there again. But anyway, this is an amazing day for this recording. And I am so grateful that all of you guys are here to support and witness this. And feel free. You can send me messages, you can comment, whatever. I would love the theories that you guys feel. Because again, this is so new. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow.